Hello, hello. Welcome to MindSHIFT Motivation. I am Celeste Mumford. Today we're going to talk about unlearning as it relates to not only weight loss, but as it relates to anything in your life that is no longer serving you, things that are not profitable, things that are not making sense, things that are not changing your circumstances. So today we're going to talk about unlearning. Now, the mind is the battlefield. I talk about that all the time. And in the mind is where decisions are made, right? And when we've learned something, we practice it and it becomes a habit. So habits stem from learned behavior, which can be profitable or not. Okay, so unlearning, that's a word that not many people use, not many people know about. But to unlearn it's a transitive verb. It means to put out of one's knowledge or memory, to undo the effect of, to discard the habit of. So to unlearn means to kind of erase it from your memory. Unlearn it, undo it, untangle it, untie it, release it is to unlearn. So what exactly is unlearning? We gave the definition. Unlearning is the process of discarding something from your memory, as we said. When you unlearn something, you forget it, you put it aside, you lose knowledge of it. Yeah, you lose the knowledge of what you have previously learned. You undo it, you erase it, you unlearn it. Okay, but why exactly would you want to unlearn something? That's easy. In many cases, you unlearn something so you can get rid of a bad habit, preconceptions, or something that is false. You want to unlearn false information. You want to unlearn bad habits. You want to unlearn the things that keep you bound and stuck in fear and guilt, in envy and greed. You want to unlearn those behaviors. Why? Because they've taught you a habit. Alvin Toffler, he's a futurist and philosopher, said, "The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and then learn something new." Okay, so I like to say unlearn and then rethink. Unlearn what you've learned and then rethink about it so you can try something different. So rethinking, which is what we're really not going to focus on today, means reconsider, reevaluate, take another look at what you're doing. Okay, so we all have skills that we have got to unlearn. We all have mindsets. And remember, this is mind shift motivation. So the purpose of these weekly talks is going to be to change your mindset. Why? Because the mind is the battlefield, okay? So we all need to unlearn something, some more than others, but there's an unlearning that each of us should undertake. For example, our parents, our families did the best they could with what they knew, right? Everybody does the best they could with what they know. However, not everything that they taught us or said or did or exemplified for us were beneficial to our health, our well-being, our prosperity, our wealth, our growth in a positive direction, nor did many parents did not teach us as children to be free and independent thinkers, to be people who can process information and make a decision that's best for them. Chances are we were taught to make decisions best for the family, or taught to make decisions that were safe, that had a predictable outcome. But they didn't teach us to be free and independent thinkers. are unique people, tap into our uniqueness and what makes us uncommon. Why? Sometimes that was fear of the unknown. So they taught us a certain way and we adapted that teaching, we practiced it, and we created a habit from it. So now we're going to unlearn it, okay? The role of unlearning is vital in today's society. Why? We ought to unlearn in order to move forward. You have to unlearn in order to move forward. I've repeated that twice because that was worth it. We have to get away from outdated processes and outdated opinions that don't serve us. In this message, we're going to discuss 7 tips for unlearning as it relates to weight loss, health, well-being, overall fitness, and diet. And when I talk about outdated processes, I immediately think of the standard American diet, which has an acronym of SAD, S-A-D, Standard American Diet, which we were told, at the bottom of the pyramid, which is the foundation of the pyramid, grains, breads, pastas, rices. Unlearn that, because you know why? That is not correct. Outdated processes were something like margarine is better for you and more healthy than butter. Unlearn that, because you know what? Nothing created in a lab is better, more profitable for your body, healthier than something in its most natural form and state. So if you're using margarine, toss it. Well, if you've been using it, finish it first and then toss it and then buy butter. I'm not talking to vegans right now. I'm not talking to people who don't eat dairy. I'm talking to comparison with the standard American diet, which is the way most of us eat, versus how nature, how God created food in its most pure form. That's what we're going to talk about. So outdated processes, unlearn them. We're going to learn new. Because everything is always evolving. Education evolves. Systems evolve. We know more this year than we knew last year. So you have got to be fluid and flexible to change with the times and unlearn things so that you can learn something else in its place. Okay, so 7 tips for unlearning. Tip number 1. Foster a sense of willingness. Many times we defend our position, we protect our position, we're not hearing anything, we're not going to allow any information to even attempt to change our minds. Why? Because we're so grounded and rooted in that thing that we've practiced forever that we can't even imagine doing anything different. But in order to unlearn, you have to have a willingness to change, to learn something different. So, like I said, many of us are stuck in our ways. We defend our positions, which makes unlearning a challenge at best, right? Especially if we've been doing the same thing over and over for years. And that makes me think of a diet mentality. Some of us have been practicing a diet mentality ever since we were young. We saw our mothers do it, whether it was water pills or Weight Watchers or Slim Fast. We saw this and we thought it was a way to lose weight. Come to find out, we realize it is not a way to lose weight. Some of you have practiced a diet mentality year after year after year. You keep doing the same thing with a different label on it, but you don't get different results. When you practice the same thing over and over and hope for different results, that's what they call insanity. So some of you have been practicing insanity as it relates to diet and weight loss for years. Lots of years you've been practicing this. Unlearn it. Some of you eat low-calorie food, low-fat. You're eating, carrots and celery sticks and mushrooms, and you're eating little tiny portions. You're eating lots of salads and bird food. And you know what? If anything, you might be gaining weight, or you might lose a pound here or there but it all comes back. Why? Because you're repeating a process that does not work. Unlearn it, right? Unlearn it. Another behavior that you have to be open and willing to change is even as it relates to exercise. You cannot out-exercise a bad diet. You just can't. But when you talk to fitness trainers, when you look at exercise program, they focus on exercise. Why? Because that's what they do. You cannot out-exercise a bad diet. You can't. And that's proof. I have just about every exercise tape known to man. I still love the Firm fitness. The Firm tapes, excellent. However, I would do these things for 6 months at a time. Wake up early in the morning, do these tapes. But because I wasn't eating right, I never saw results. I never saw change that was lasting. I never saw permanent results. Why? Because you cannot out-exercise a bad diet. Fitness is 80% nutrition and 20% exercise. Many of us have it backwards. We're doing 80% exercise and 20% nutrition. Unlearn that behavior because it's not correct. Okay? Another thing that you have to be willing to let go of is our body's need for carbs and sugar. Wrong information. Our bodies require nutrients, fat, and protein. Your diet does not require a bagel. Get that straight. And I don't care what anybody says, do your own research. Our bodies require nutrients, fat, and protein. And you hear people say all the time, oh no, you need this, you need that. No, you need nutrients. And nutrients that you can get from beans or carrots or root vegetables, you can get from other sources. So your body does not need carbs, nor does your body need sugar. Okay? Bruce Lee has a quote that says, empty your cup so that it may be filled. Become devoid, become hungry, become a little deficient in a certain area so that you can gain totality. That was deep. Bruce Lee. So, the more people cooperate, or as I say, participate in the process of unlearning, the more successful you will be. 2, pursue the unfamiliar. Many of us stick to things that we know that we're comfortable in, but I'm going to challenge you to do something that is unfamiliar. Yes, you got it. Try some fermented foods. Many of us aren't familiar with that, and we shy away from it. Pursue the unfamiliar. Right? When confronted with a new way of eating or exercising or lifestyle changes or a new idea, many look backwards. You look backwards for something familiar to hold on to. So you find that you look backwards, you find something familiar, you hold on to it for dear life. You want to view the new through the lens or through the eyes of the old. The problem is that's limiting, that's self-defeating, and that is self-sabotage. Unlearn that behavior. Pursue the unfamiliar, I'm sorry. We are so familiar with the taste of salt and sugar. Many of us don't even entertain the taste of umami, sour or tart. So you're stuck with the familiar, which is why you're fat and overweight or gaining weight, because you're sticking to what you know instead of trying something unfamiliar. I encourage you, I challenge you, buy real sauerkraut. It's not just for hot dogs, nor is it just for pierogi and sausage. You can eat a raw, probiotic-rich sauerkraut. Start there. That's unfamiliar. Teach your taste buds how to want something different. Unlearn what you are practicing today. In order to grasp new ideas and take hold of them, you need to pursue things that are unfamiliar, and then you get to know them. Many of us, even when it comes to people, People that we don't know, we stay away from. But that could be a good friend to you. That can be somebody worth knowing. That can be someone who can pour into your life. That can be someone who can be beneficial to you and you to them. Get to know the unfamiliar. Number 3, change the location. One of the easiest ways to unlearn something is to move away from the location you learned it. Now, I'm not talking about picking up and moving to Cincinnati. I'm not talking about that. But new surroundings help you to notice new things. If there's somebody that you've been seeing, you follow on Facebook or on TikTok, and they have what you want, study them, follow them, ask them questions. That will help you to unlearn and to change your mind about things that you would not otherwise have entertained. Now, this is a bit of a psychological manipulation strategy. You're basically tricking your brain into unlearning by engaging in something new, right? So you can unlearn one thing as you're learning something else. The whole thing is hold on to all things with an open palm. Things need to be free to come in and out, ebb and flow, releasing and attracting. Hold on to all things with an open palm. That's also a subtle way to help you to break a habit that is not beneficial or profitable to you. Number 4, learn from your opposite. Now, this isn't exactly opposites attract scenario, but it's similar. When you're surrounded by like-minded people, your ability to unlearn is hampered. You cannot learn new things by surrounding yourself with the same people that have that behavior that you need to unlearn. Because the more you hang out with, the more you talk to, the more your circle stays the same, the less you learn. Why? Because everybody has the same thought process. And you're here to unlearn. I'm going to help you unlearn. I'm going to help you try new strategies, try things that you've never even considered to get the benefits that you want. Okay? When teamed with a person from a different background, let's say, or from a different way of doing things, you're better able to look at things from a fresh point of view. Because you're exposing yourself to something new, you'll begin to unlearn the old behavior, the old process, and open yourself to newness, to the newness of life, which is what we are given every single day. Every single day, as long as there's breath in our body, we have a chance to unlearn and to do something different. Take advantage of it. Take hold of it. Unless you want to stay the same. If you want to stay the same, you want to have the same body type, you want to have the same diet, you want to have the same levels of inflammation, prediabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, you want to stay the same, you can do that. Then you don't have to unlearn a thing. But if you want something that you've never had, you have to do something that you've never done. Okay? Let's see. So, like I said, by exposing yourself to something new, you'll begin to unlearn the process that you're stuck in and open yourself to something new, like a different lifestyle of eating or exercising. I just purchased off of Amazon a set of nunchucks. And I probably experimented with nunchucks when I was little because I think we had them like the Karate Kid kind of thing. I never used nunchucks as an adult, but I just bought some. And you know what? I'm going to learn how to use them. Why? Because they're beneficial to my body. And I am so open to try new things that I'm scaring myself. Okay? Unlearn and get out of fear. Get out of, I can't do it. Get out of a negative mental space. Get out of negativity. Get out of, I can't do without that. When I talk to people about learning from their opposites, many people like the results that they see on me. They're like, oh, I want those arms. How'd you get those arms? How'd you get a flat stomach? But when I tell them, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't live without my bread. Oh, no, I can't do that. Oh, no. Oh, no. I can't eat that sauerkraut. Oh, no, never. Stay stuck. I'm trying to help you to unlearn. I'm trying to help you to get in a better position where you can help yourself. Foster curiosity. Fostering curiosity is a big one. Many of us shut ourselves down from curiosity. Nope. Well, try kombucha. Make some kefir. Get outside and walk in the wintertime with little clothes on. You shut me down every time. No. So you're not willing to foster creativity or curiosity. You're not willing to get out of your own bubble. Your butts keep getting in the way, literally and figuratively. Okay, so consider a child's capacity for learning. A child is usually open, willing, ready to discover new approaches and new techniques without much hesitation at all. Kids will stand on furniture and jump across the room without even thinking, oh, am I going to fall? Am I going to break my neck? They just want to say, oh, let me try it. And they try it. Now, I'm not encouraging you to jump off furniture. I'm not encouraging that. But I am encouraging you to create curiosity around diet, around exercise, try new foods, hang out with people with different perspectives, unlearn the things that are not profiting you. Why would you continue to do the same thing year after year? We make New Year's resolutions, we're going to lose weight, and we make the same one next year because we haven't lost weight. Stop it. Stop the insanity. Unlearn it. So that's with children. They don't have the same adult baggage. We have a lot of baggage. We have a lot of fear. We have a lot of guilt. We use food for everything. Emotional eating. We're happy. We're sad. We're celebrating. We're mourning. Food is everything. And guess what? You can still eat. I eat a lot of food. But I'm also losing weight. Okay? And the curiosity. Here's something else that I want you to unlearn. Fat does not make you fat. That's a misconception. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Fat does not make you fat. I eat fat all day, every day, and was able to lose over 50 pounds. So unlearn that. Fat does not make you fat. Carbs and sugar make you fat. Okay? And we're talking about people with regular metabolisms. And guess what? That diet mentality, that diet that you eat every day is slowing down your metabolism. That's another reason why you're not losing weight. I can fast for 3 days and my body knows it can do what it needs to do to heal and restore because it knows it's going to get food and it knows it's going to get good food. Your body holds on to that fat. Why? Because you're eating carrot sticks. That ain't the way. Unlearn that. Okay, anyway, I digressed. So, a child learns by engaging the 5 senses. Children investigate new situations through trial and error. The same methodology translates to the purpose of unlearning when learning something new. What I'm really trying to do is encourage you to find your inner child. Be curious. Learn from your opposites. Don't be afraid. Guess what? If all else fails, you can go back to what you had. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. But if you fall off, you got snap. You can pick up right where you left off, no problem. So don't be afraid to try new things. Number 6, set SMART goals. Everybody heard of SMART goals. There's SMART goals in every area of life. Business, personal, set some SMART goals. What are SMART goals? SMART is the acronym for a strategy reaching any objective. SMART is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and anchored within a time frame. So see, some of us set SMART goals that ain't really that smart or don't lead to a good end. Some of us just want to lose 5 pounds so we can fit into a dress. I can help you lose 5 pounds in a weekend. I got you. However, you lose your 5 pounds because you're still in a diet mindset. You're in a temporary mode. I just want to temporarily lose 5 pounds so I can fit this dress. After you wear the dress, you go right back to the learned behavior. You go right back into the habit, and then you gain the weight again. And that's what you call yo-yo, up, down, up, down, up, down. I'm going to do this. I'm going to lose weight, and then I'm going to gain it back. Then I'm going to lose weight. Why? There's no need to do that. I've been doing this daily cleansing lifestyle since January 2020. And I saw something that I posted in June of 2020, like 5 months after I started. And my weight, while I'm getting toner and tighter, my weight has not changed. So I've been doing this for 2 years. No ups and downs. I've been staying consistent. I can teach you how to be consistent, but you have to be open and willing to try something new. You have to be curious. Okay? So I want to lose 10 pounds immediately. Why you want to lose 10 pounds immediately? Why you want to lose 15 pounds immediately? You can control that just by what you eat. So you're eating to gain weight, but you want to lose 15 pounds by next Tuesday. That's not realistic. And you know what? That's yo-yo. I'm not dealing with yo-yo effects. Okay? My only goal when I started this was to reverse prediabetes. I had no other goal. I had no weight loss goal. I had no size goal that I wanted to wear. I had no goal other than I want to reverse prediabetes. That was my only goal. So all of this other good stuff that happened to me happened from a goal of wanting to reverse prediabetes. And there's two approaches that you can go with these goals. When I saw my oncologist, probably around before I started this, so it was in 2019, she said, Celeste, you need to lose weight. And she said, I want you to eat baked chicken and fish with steamed or roasted vegetables. I said, doctor, for the rest of my life, that's what you want me to eat? I said, I'm not doing that. That does not sound like a plan of success. Who gonna eat baked chicken and baked fish every day with roasted steamed vegetables? No. I told her no. I said that doesn't sound like a good plan to me. Whereas my general practitioner my nurse practitioner, just for my regular doctor, says, Celeste, your prediabetes number is creeping up. I want you to stop eating this, and this. I said, okay. I didn't push back on her because she gave me the openness, the creativity to eat whatever I want, as long as it wasn't the things that she told me was feeding diabetes. So one approach is go with the baked fish and chicken for the rest of your life, which is not sustainable. That's not sustainable. Or have whatever you want. Just eliminate these. I went with the approach that spoke to me because I'm a creative. I cook and I bake all the time. So telling me what not to eat is, okay, I'm just going to go around it. I'm going to go around those things that you told me not to eat. I'm not going to eat those, but I'm not stuck on baked chicken for the rest of my life. So one was a diet approach. One was a lifestyle change. I went with the lifestyle change. Why? Because my only goal was to reverse prediabetes. And it worked. Okay, so unlearn. We have got to unlearn what is not profiting us. Get off the diet hamster wheel. Get off the yo-yo dieting. Get off, oh my God, I got to lose 5 pounds. Oh my, what's your real source? Only a real reason is going to keep you on track. And losing 5 pounds is not a real reason because you've been needing to lose those 5 pounds for the last 7 years. So that wasn't a reason enough for you to change your diet. But guess what? Getting rid of prediabetes might. Being able to run and have fun and not be inflamed in your body and not have high blood pressure, not have heart disease. That might be reason enough for you to unlearn some things. But for many people, even that's not enough. But I encourage you to unlearn. I encourage you to rethink your approach to weight loss, to diet, to exercise. Now, continuous support and check-in, that's number 7. Unlearning is as difficult or easy as you want it to be. Some of us see everything is difficult. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, no. Okay, then don't. It really is as simple as that. Be open, have willingness, participate in the process, be curious. And at the Daily Cleansing Lifestyle, which is a community that I've created to help foster creativity, to help foster a low-carb lifestyle, to help foster exercise and well-being and eating for your terrain and starving dis-ease. That's what I created the Daily Cleansing Lifestyle for, so we can help one another, because iron sharpens iron. I don't want it to be just about me. I want everybody on that platform to participate. Share your stories, show pictures, encourage one another, use your own life as an example. I want everybody to do that, not just me. I want you to do it as well. But choosing to participate in the process ensures a smooth transition. I hear people with excuses. Oh, well, and some things are legitimate. You might be an emotional eater. You might eat under stress. So you have to tap into the core reason, but you also have to unlearn it. You have to unlearn it. So that's really all I wanted to talk about today on the topic of mind shift motivation. The mind is the battlefield, and we have got to unlearn. Don't be bound. Don't be tied. Don't get stuck and stay stuck in behaviors and patterns and thought processes and teachings that don't benefit you. Right? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results is insanity. So, the 7 ways: foster a sense of willingness, pursue the unfamiliar, change the location, learn from your opposite, foster curiosity, set SMART goals, and find continuous support. If you're not already part of the Daily Cleansing Lifestyle, I invite you to meet us on Facebook at The Daily Cleansing Lifestyle and join our community. Lastly, the takeaway is, as a society, as a people, we have become more overweight year by year. Our children are overweight. Our children are born overweight. We feed them the wrong foods and they become overweight with health problems that they would not otherwise have if they ate healthy. We're just an overweight society. We practice gluttony. But as a society, we ought to embrace continuous unlearning in order to move forward. To maximize our lives and potential beyond diet, we must continue to unlearn, and we must continue to rethink. After all, change is continual. Every day we're new. Our cells change every so often. Our skin renews itself. There's a constant state of renewal and change, that the seasons change. Everything is changing. We ought to change too. Okay? Change is required to stay current, to dive in and not to become obsolete. Unlearning is vital to the 21st century person. Okay? The most overlooked aspect of learning is the process of unlearning. We think we just pile on stuff. But that foundational thing that you need to unlearn will set the stage for everything else that you learn on top of it. So we have to break that cycle. We have to break those habits. We have to unlearn. So choose something today to unlearn. Everyone has acquired knowledge that built their mountain of ideas. Some are still viable. Others are outdated. Chuck the standard American diet pyramid, because it's not good. It's not working for most of us. Most of us go by that and we're overweight, and we'll become more overweight each day. When you're overweight, you don't move as much. But when you're losing weight, your body desires better food. It desires movement. It desires activity. I'm living proof of that. Not once ever in my life have I ever walked 16 miles. But because my body feels up to the challenge, up to the task, my body pushes me. I don't have to do that, but I want to, and I love it. And it makes me feel good, and it energizes me. But all of that, the 50-pound weight loss, the walking up to 16 miles, came from me wanting to reverse pre-diabetes. I had no diet goal. I had no weight goal. I had no dress size in mind. So whatever you feed grows. I talked about this last time. Feed health and well-being. Set your intentions on things above and not things beneath, because you can achieve what the mind can see, the body can achieve. Or the body is willing, but it's the mind that needs to change. Lastly, in order to unlearn and move forward, we have to be willing to work through the process. You have to be willing to participate in the process. When I eat, I'm excited. I can fast with the champions. But when I eat, I'm excited. I love food. I'm not starving my body. I'm feeding my body, and I'm resting my body. Our world is in constant flux, and the most successful people in any area of life, and trust me, I need to work on some other areas in my life, not food and diet, because I have that pretty on lock. But there are some areas in my life that I still need to unlearn. So we all need to unlearn something. But the most successful people are the ones who unlearn, learn, they rethink, and they evolve. It's time for you to evolve. I want you to evolve. I want you to unlearn the patterns that are keeping you stuck in lack, in limitation, in fear, in fat, in weight gain, in listlessness. You're just sitting around. You can't move. You're in pain all the time. I want you to undo that. So unlearn the behaviors that keep you stuck. That is it. I look forward to seeing you at the Daily Cleanse and Lifestyle. Enjoy today.